And it's all happening in Minnesota from the Target Center in Minneapolis. The Thunder taking on the Timberwolves. For Oklahoma City, the momentum has been in their favor. They've incurred only... Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A., and it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. SGA and Wallace are the backcourt. Two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. And it's Williams in at the three, the small forward.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
SGA deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
No, he's a big guy, but he's also very athletic. Hartenstein playing well above the rim.
Outside Reeves. James outside. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Wallace. Connects from downtown.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
To the inside. Pass to Holmgren. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Shot clock at 5. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Their last encounter in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
They were able to pull out a win last time because their bench came up big. It's so important to have depth on your roster.
And a credit to their front office. They wanted a more complete team, and that's exactly what we saw in that one.
Here's Shannon. Off target from three-point range. The Thunder have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Hartenstein a screen. Down low. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Great execution out of the pick and roll. Shea with a perfect delivery.
The Timberwolves trail. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
In that game, they were the enforcers, and they were also efficient. That's the kind of balance coaches look for.
It really showed you how together they were as a team, playing for one another.
McDaniels is checked in for Shannon. And checking out some numbers for LeBron James. Shoots, cans it with nobody near him. James has got 5 points.
Red hot out of the gates. Keep it rolling.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, after winning the title, OKC secured their future. Significant extensions this summer for Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and both of their Jalen Williamses. The Thunder are building something for the long haul, guys.
An exciting young team. All right, Shams, thank you. Wallace, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And one thing that makes Shai so effective is his command of the basketball. He can go either direction and stop on a dime.
Outside Reeves. He drops it from range.
And you can't have a better start than that, connecting on 4 of your first 5 field goal attempts.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Minnesota's head coach. He said Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be their main focus at the defensive end, and as he put it, Shai's a riddle because he can light it up from outside, he has the speed to get to the hoop, and he knows how to draw the fouls too. Coach hopes that they stay disciplined and they can keep SGA off the line. Back over to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. And Hartenstein slams it in.
That is tough action to stop. Hartenstein is a great screener and mobile enough to make you pay.
James deciding where to go with it. Left side, McDaniels. Three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Now here's where. He's guarded by Hartenstein. James, outside. Clock at 4. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. They get it again. Where? He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And quickly, the 2K leaderboard, showing the teams blocking the most shots over the last month. 4th, the Thunder.
These guys have been so impressive down low on the defensive end, denying shots left and right over the past month.
Minnesota on D. Pass to SGA. Clock at 6. Back to Williams. No good from outside. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Ware tipped back in for 2. Ware's got 7.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Right side, SGA driving in. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Timberwolves. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. And stolen by Holmgren. SGA passes to Holmgren. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA left no doubt on that one. Throws it down.
Outside Reeves. It's McDaniels on the wing. Pass to James. Just 5 on the clock. Inside. And And Hartenstein slams it in.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. SGA against Highland. Outside Johnson. Pass to Shannon for three. Some solid defense from Williams.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Man, he is stronger than he looks. Trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
Grant, having played in the league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, BA, it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body. And mentally, it might be even more difficult.
4 on the clock. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Minnesota shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. And he drops the first. For the Thunder, Dort comes in for Jalen Williams. And Mitchell subbed in for Wallace. And Johnson drops them both.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Highland. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
And he buries his first look.
They keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
SGA passes to Holmgren. Shoots over Anderson. The Thunder with another miss. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. They trail by 1. Reed against Dort. They double him with Holmgren. Anderson for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Oklahoma City has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Anderson against Hartenstein. Outside for Dort from the arc. Drops in the 3.
Dort has really improved this part of his game. Would love to see him shoot more often from out there.
Outside Anderson. The three ball. And the three-pointer goes.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling. The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this. They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Tim, watching Chet Holmgren, he brings a lot to the table.
Well, absolutely, Brian. He's got a wingspan of 7.5 feet, but still has touch from deep. It's really something to marvel at. Chet is redefining what a stretch big can be in the NBA.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does it all. He said, once I made an emphasis to try to affect the game on both ends of the floor, I have found myself having success. So for me, it's just a want to. Coach Mark Daigneault said, he wants to win, and if you want to win, you have to do the invisible things. Back to you.
A two-way talent. All right, Allie, thank you. Johnson passes to Highland. Pass to Anderson. Over Holmgren. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Now SGA. Here's Hartenstein. Oh, and a great assist by SGA. That one goes in. SGA's got assist number 5 here tonight. And so it's Oklahoma City closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
And they need to continue that edge on defense. If your opponent is rattled, just dial up the pressure even more.
James is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Khalil Ware. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Reeves in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Left side Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Williams passes to Mitchell. Dort for 3. And Reeves pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 10. Down low. Pass to James. And there's the screen. Out to Gordon. This one for 3. And he buries his first look.
An area Gordon continues to work on. Now, when he's draining shots off the catch, it definitely helps with his confidence.
It's stolen by James. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Mitchell. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Dort, the pass to Williams. Williams up top, down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And so James will bring it up for Minnesota. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. It's James on the wing. There's the 3. The Thunder pull it in. They've led by as much as 10. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that one, the bench came to play. Gave the team a bunch of points and energy to put them over the top.
Well, the bench changed the game. What a shot in the arm to this offense. That second unit was incredible. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have taken that shot there. The defensive intensity was all over.
Out to Gordon. It's James on the wing. Dort defending. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Williams passes to Joe. Dort against James. Williams from long range. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And Minnesota making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Then for Oklahoma City, Jalen Williams. He's checked in for Williams. Wallace comes in for Dort. And SGA subbed in for Joe. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Williams against James. Here's big time!
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Thunder leading by 8. Outside, Williams. And he's going for the oop here. And SGA throws it down.
That's an unreal catch and finish from Shea. How do you stop him?
Outside Reeves. Back to Dosunmu. Pass to James. And there's the foul. It's on Khalil Ware. That's his first foul. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Oklahoma City has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Now here's SGA. The D's right on him. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. That'll put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the line. Ayo Dosunmu picks one up.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Legs, when you're watching a young team play, what are the things you're looking for?
Well, look, a lot of teams have young players who are focused on making a name for themselves, but I like to see unselfishness. Those guys who can play with a team-first winning mindset, those are the guys that you keep long-term.
Play D, do the dirty work, stay in the rotation.
About sums it up.
You know, Reeves is such a crafty and clever player. He's so good at finding ways to score inside.
Hartenstein with it. Picked up by Ware. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a three.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
Pass to Ware. The three. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Left side, SGA. Taking it inside, SGA.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Pass to Reeves. To the middle. The shot's good on the assist by James. 7 points for Austin Reeves.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And there's the foul. It's on Khalil Ware. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him so far. But I still think he needs to stay aggressive.
And Minnesota with some changes. Anderson's checked in for Ware. Johnson comes in for McDaniels. And Terry Rozier subbed in for DeSumo. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Holmgren, he's checked in for Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Wallace. The three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 11. Rozier outside. Pass to James. James double teamed. Tipped. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah, this guy does not rest on his laurels. He really studies all the angles and the positioning you need to be a force on the glass. It's almost like a science to him, trying to squeeze out a few extra boards every game. That's why he continues to make a bigger and bigger impact. He's been off the mark since the start of the second quarter. Shots aren't dropping like they were early. A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Well, Legs, the last few years, big men have been owning the MVP discussion. Now, enter SGA.
Yeah, and B.A., this is the scariest part. SGA has room to grow. The guy is still in his mid-20s and is arguably the best player in the game.
Here's the three, and here's SGA outside. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And here's Reeves outside. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
He gets it in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20.
And finally building some momentum here in the second quarter.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Rozier. To end the run. And Johnson good for 3. Johnson's got 5.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Outside, Williams. To the inside. Hartenstein passes to Holmgren. Can't get it to drop. Good work defensively by James. Rozier finds James. Here's Anderson. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got 6 assists in the game. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Minnesota with some changes. Naz Reid comes in for LeBron. Shannon comes in for Reeves. Thunder leading by 14. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Rozier. SGA can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of 15 shots here in the second quarter. Wallace outside. Outside, SGA. From 13 feet, down it goes. SGA's got 22 points.
Well, it's been SGA's night, whether it's in the half court or out in transition.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Thunder. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at the Timberwolves, they are holding down the #1 spot in the conference. Not a bad position to be in. And, of course, Oklahoma City just need to keep fighting.
I think for the Thunder, they're just not where they thought they'd be as a ball club. Now, after the success they had last season, they were counting on having even a better year.
And that's what makes it so hard for their fans to stomach. When expectations are that high, anything less than that is a disappointment.
Johnson inside. Watch by Wallace. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
They set the pick. Wallace outside. Off target from outside. And it's Rozier with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 17-point game. Milwaukee will be traveling to face them after this game. Pass to Shannon. Inside. Here's Reed. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Hardenstein's got 4 rebounds in the game. Williams passes to Holmgren. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Pass to Shannon. Jacks up a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Steps back. Here's Wallace. And the layup is good off the glass. Wallace has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. From deep, Johnson. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hardenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Hartenstein with a screen on Johnson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Banked it in off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Thunder. He's been lighting it up tonight. 24 points. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Mark Dagnall, and Coach, your defense has been on point. What have you been seeing out there?
Yeah, I thought early we were pretty well-intentioned, and we just weren't in a great rhythm, but it wasn't out of lack of trying. And then we were really active. I thought we really helped one another. We were really aggressive on the ball, made them feel our pressure.
Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the 3rd quarter here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Inside the paint, they've been so aggressive, just steamrolling dudes.
Pummeling, drummeling, jackhammering. They're in demolition mode, baby.
Yeah, I'll get my hard hat for the second half. And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Well, this is a nice adjustment, running the offense through him tonight. That's a nice little switch-up.
Oklahoma City leading by 23. And on the floor for Mark Dagnall starting the second half. Wallace and Williams run the wings. 2 big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you.
A great organization. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Legs, you look at Jalen Williams coming out of college. Early doubts about his athletic ceiling proving unfounded.
No question about it. There were limitations placed on him as an athlete because he's got a fairly unique build if you think about it. Really long arms and barrel-chested, but his agility really opening eyes.
Well, and you can never underestimate the heart, and he plays with a lot of it.
Absolutely.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
Here's Dosunmu, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Just 5 to shoot.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. James, outside. Off the mark there with a 3.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
I like their offensive approach. They've been aggressive, but under control.
McDaniels passes to Dosunmu. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Screen by James. To the inside. Tries to keep it alive. McDaniels from long range. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 7 tonight. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the most proficient long-range shooters in this rookie class. You look at Dosunmu, never leave him open. Second in the association from deep.
The level of competition in this rookie class around the arc is truly something special. I'm sure he's eager to climb to the top of the list.
Now here's Reeves. Watch by Wallace. Holmgren against James. Over Holmgren. Minnesota again missing.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
From deep. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, Hartenstein is a phenomenal offensive rebounder. He is a big guy who knows how to use a 7-foot frame to track down rebounds.
Dosunmu on the wing. James against Holmgren. Rejected by Holmgren.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And they have also done a great job capitalizing on turnovers. Whenever they get a steal, they are off to the races. They're going to try to keep that going.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Wallace outside. Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Drains the triple. SGA's got 7 now in this quarter.
SGA stepping out on the floor. That will create some driving lanes going forward.
And there's James from the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Here's Williams. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Dosunmu outside. Pass to McDaniels. From deep, Reeves. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And it's Thunder's ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Outside, SGA. And it's Hartenstein. That time on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 9th assist of the game now. Back to Dosunmu. Outside Reeves. Let's go with a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, SGA. Pass to Hartenstein. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Here's Wallace. They get it back. He shoots again. Hartenstein, no good. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's Ware. And it's off from 3-point range.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Hartenstein a screen. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Fires in the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points in the quarter.
It's been a modest night scoring so far. Maybe that shot will encourage him to get some more looks.
Dosunmu can't hit.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Offensive board. Pass to Holmgren. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Screen by Holmgren. To the middle. James with the block.
Oh, you gotta be careful around the basket because James will turn these shots right back at you.
Here's Reeves to end the drought. James can't get it to go.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Williams' shot is good.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting just under 40% from the field. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. Johnson, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Lou Dort, he's checked in for Williams. And Mitchell subbed in for Wallace. Here's SGA. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Mitchell against Reeves. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Reeves has got 9 points.
And that's what Reeves does. So much of his offense is predicated on his skill handling the rock.
SGA drives in. Outside, Williams. 6 to shoot. Wiggins with a screen on Reeves. From deep, SGA. Rebound, Minnesota. Ware's got 5 rebounds in the game. Back to Reeves. Launches it. The rebound by Wiggins.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
Dort finds Mitchell. Dort, a screen on Reeves. Mitchell against Reeves. Outside for Dort. Here's Williams. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point. But it goes beyond just 3-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter. But, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Aaron Gordon's checked in for James. McDaniels comes in for Johnson. Clark is checked in for Reeves. And it's Highland in for Dosunmu. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And SGA throws it down.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Gordon on the wing. 1:56 left to play in the third quarter here. And let's see what the Minnesota Timberwolves have coming up. On Sunday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And that game against Brooklyn, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed comes in for Ware. Shannon comes in for McDaniels. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Joe comes in for SGA. There's 1:54 left in the third. Outside, Williams. Williams with the screen. Dort, the pass to Williams. Stolen by Reed. Highland looking for an opening. Ooh, poked away. Mitchell with the ball. Highland covering. Highland against Mitchell. Pass to Dort. Now Joe. Outside Mitchell. 5 on the clock. Williams a screen on Highland. The three from Mitchell. The Timberwolves shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. Outside Highland. Gordon outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got 7 points.
Nice bounce pass. That's just good fundamental basketball.
Mitchell, the pass to Williams. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Williams with the screen. Drills it from deep. He's got 9.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
And he makes it.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Dort outside. From deep, Mitchell. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead by a mile with a... And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got LeBron James. DeSumo is out there with Austin Reeves. Then it's Jaden McDaniels, and it's Ware in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Mitchell. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession here. And here are the Thunder now. To the paint. Williams passes to Joe. 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Down low. Ware. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Here's Williams. Nice D from Ware.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Wiggins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. James outside. Looking to get it going. And he takes it up and lays it in.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Dort. And we've heard some coaches complain about short turnarounds on back-to-back legs. Would you like to see more done there?
Well, for those late starts when you arrive at the hotel at 2 or 3 in the morning and you've got to play the next night, those are certainly rough. But I feel like the league has done all they can, eliminating back-to-backs as much as they can. And certainly there's an emphasis on recovery and rest at all costs.
Dort, the pass to Joe. Dort outside. Shot clock at 5. Williams with the screen. Pulls up on the wing. A nice shot by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
The 3 is up. It's a 3-pointer.
And what I love about his performance tonight, he started slow, but he refocused at halftime, and he has really picked it up.
On the wing, Reeves. Back to Dosunmu. Pass to Ware. Now Reeves takes a three. Mitchell grabs a miss.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. No good from 11 feet.
When you're not at your best, it is great to have teammates who will pick up the slack.
Chalk up two there.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Dort outside. Back to Joe. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Pass to Dort. Puts up a three. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
I just love the ball movement.
Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
And that one misses. Oklahoma City has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 13-5 run. McDaniels against Dort. Left side Reeves. Gets the three to fall. Reeves has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 triples already for him. That's his second of the quarter. This could be a huge night for him.
Pass to Dort. Now Joe. Outside Mitchell. Beyond the arc. Minnesota with a rebound. Reeves has got 6 rebounds here tonight. James outside. Back to Reeves. Pass to Dosunmu. Outside McDaniels. Goes up on the wing. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Yeah, he just needs more shots. He has to get more involved.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. One question facing the league here, Tim. How do you make the All-Star game more competitive?
Well, BA, the tournament structure seemed to help a bit, but until just a competitive mentality around the game changes, I think the only thing you can do is maybe up the ante as far as prize money. I do think that did seem to matter for the NBA Cup.
Having done a few of those games, care factor's low. They could improve on that.
I completely agree. It seemed to matter a lot more back when I played.
Here's Mitchell. We've had the in-season tournament for a few years now, Grant. What's your opinion on it?
You know, BA, I think it's working out pretty well. I mean, the NBA Cup, it's drawing increased fan interest, and the players are invested. So what's not to like about it?
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Here's Ware on the wing, Reeves. Here's James. Uses the glass on the layup. James has got 6 in the quarter.
Even though he's a little older now, wow, LeBron can still rip off some incredible moves.
Here's Dort, and it's blocked. Now here's Dosunmu. Defense right on him. Soft touch off the glass.
And it really took a while, but they've started to find their form. And this run's making the deficit look a little bit more respectable.
Pass to Sorber. Outside Mitchell. There's a screen to win the cold spell. And Reeves pulls it down.
It's just not his night from the three. But this is exactly why you can't live and die by that shot.
Clock at 6. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Dosunmu outside. They grab their own miss. Reeves with a screen on Mitchell. And it's flushed down. A nice jam. Thunder leading by 21. And with players now able to earn money at the collegiate level, what does that do for the NBA legs?
Well, I do think overall it's a good thing. As a former college athlete myself, I love to see these guys get rewarded, and possibly you get to the league, you're a little bit more polished and grown up.
Bottom line is you may have made some money, but when you have a chance to play against the best of the best, that's why you go pro.
There's nothing like it.
Shannon's checked in for McDaniels. Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Outside Reeves, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
After a solid first half, he's now forcing things and getting a little careless with the ball.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. Williams is checked in. On the wing, Mitchell. He's covered by Dosunmu. Dort, the pass to Mitchell. Here's the pick. Pass to Williams. Here's Dort. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Outside Joe. Dort outside. Pass to Mitchell. Puts up a three. Minnesota with a rebound.
And I don't think that's the shot they wanted him to take right now. He's not exactly on fire.
Outside Reeves. Back to James. Now here's Dosunmu. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dosunmu's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. It's Williams, high post. James is there. Williams passes to Dort. Now Williams. Ware covers. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Lays it in easily.
They will take that shot every time down the floor if they could. It's just great execution.
Now here's Mitchell. He's covered by Dosunmu. Here's the pass to Williams. Here's Mitchell. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Mitchell's got 9 points now in the second half.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have a 19-point lead.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Thunder.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And what a huge performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, what a highlight reel he put together, playing his game and contributing in a big way.
Oh, it drops in. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Mitchell outside. Oh, it's off target. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And now, time for our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.